Hi, welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Friday, January 28th. I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church in Maplewood, New Jersey. And Take a Break, Take a Breath is an invitation for you to pause in your day, to just rest for a little bit, to breathe and sit and center yourself in God who made you and loves you and calls you by name. Right now, I'm using the process of reading through the Gospel of Luke and having us imagine ourselves in the story as a way of centering ourselves and focusing our attention. Today, we read Luke 3:23 to 38. It's not one of the more exciting readings in the Gospel of Luke. In fact, it's the kind of stuff that people talk about when you have to read a genealogy and you say, oh, what's in there? Matthew and Luke are the only two who have a genealogy of Jesus in that way, and they go in opposite directions. Luke starts with the present and works his way back, and Matthew starts from the beginning, or from Abraham. There's a couple things to note. They both trace back through David and Abraham, and also they both have Joseph included in the line. Now, Luke puts a little caveat in there. Jesus was the son, so they thought, of Joseph. But then he goes back 77 generations. Now, don't take that literally. Some people try to date the beginning of the earth in terms of the Bible, and that's not what the Bible was intended for. And the number of generations is really symbolic. 77 means a lot. There's 77 different generations in this. He goes back through Abraham, and then he goes through Noah, and then he goes all the way back to Adam. And after Adam, he says the Son of God. And in that way, Luke is connecting Jesus to all the nations of the world and to all the people of the world. We are all children of God, and we are all children of Adam. And so Jesus and Adam are tied together in that way, and there are big connections that are made in Christian theology about that. So that's the background, and I'll guide you through a meditation using this genealogy. It's not going to be walking through a story per se, but using the genealogy in some way. So if you haven't done so, go to a quiet room in your house or a quiet place in your house. If that place has a door, close the door. Settle into a chair and get comfortable. Let the chair support you. Allow yourself to relax into that chair. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe in the breath of God. And as you breathe out all that separates you from God. As you breathe in the breath of life. And as you breathe out all that does not give you life. As you breathe in God's peace. And as you breathe out all that does not give you peace, all your worries and your fears and your anxieties. Keep breathing in and out. In, out. And imagine, because we can think of it in this way, that the peace and presence of God, the Spirit of God, is moving to touch every part of your body. So you breathe in the breath of God and it fills your lungs. And you breathe in the breath of God and it moves from your lungs to your heart. And your breathing and your heart rate gets slow and calm. And as you continue to breathe, it moves from your heart heart up into your neck. And the muscles in your neck unwind as the Spirit of God touches the muscles and the cells in your neck and throat, in your larynx. And it moves from your neck to your brain. And as it moves through the parts of your brain, your body relaxes and your brain relaxes. And your anxieties are lowered. And you get calm and peaceful. Because you know the Spirit of God's peace and life is touching all of you. Moves from your brain into the muscles of your face, into your mouth. It touches the muscles of your jaw, letting them relax. Touches the muscles of your forehead, letting them relax. It touches the muscles around your eyes, stopping any squinting or wincing. The Spirit of God also moves from your heart into your shoulders and down your arms. And as it does so, the muscles in your shoulders and arms are renewed and touched. It moves into your hands, and your hands let go of all the things that you are physically and symbolically trying to hold on to. Because you can trust God to take care of all those things. The Spirit of God also moves from your heart into the muscles of your back, easing the burdens of the day, renewing the muscles of your back. It moves from your heart into your abdomen, touching all of the organs that are in your abdomen, your stomach, your intestines, your pancreas, your liver. Every part of you is touched by the power and presence of God. It moves from your abdomen down past your hips and into your legs, and the weariness of your legs drifts away, and it moves from there to the tip of your big toe, and the soreness in your feet goes away. You are completely in the presence of God. Every cell of your body, every gene of every cell, every muscle, every organ, every bone is touched by the presence of God. Imagine yourself in a room with a big table, an ancient room. There's a scroll rolled out on the table and some candles burning around it. It's a genealogical room. It's a room where records of the family of Jesus are kept. as you look over the names, you see some you recognize. Jesus, Joseph, David. You know their stories. David wasn't perfect. He was a man of faith, but he wasn't perfect. You go back further, find Abraham. Abraham, a man who thought he would have no children and ended up with 12. A man who experienced a lot in taking off from his home at an old age to follow God's promise. There's Noah's name. Noah, the one who was ridiculed by people when he built a giant ark because God told him to. The one who dealt with all of those animals and creatures when the rains came and they waited for the rains to stop and then for the water to recede. He's the one who heard the promise of God that God would never destroy the earth again by a flood. Oh, look at this. There's Adam's name. Adam. The story goes that he's the first person created by God. Then it says, oh my, it says the Son of God. Adam, the Son of God. So Jesus is a descendant, a son of God. Yeah. But then someone pushes the scroll in the other direction. And you see that it goes from Jesus to the present. The children of God, the disciples of faith. And you can find names there that you know, that I don't. People who have handed the faith on to you. People who have been important to you. As you're looking over all of this, you start to move in a direction of thinking about how we're all connected. All human beings. We're all children of God. We're all loved by God. And that even with our imperfections, God continues to use us to do good things. What do you want to offer God in terms of thanksgiving and prayer? What do you want to offer God as a hope for what you might pass on to those who are yet to come? I'll be quiet while you pray for a while and talk with God. And then the time comes for the prayer to end. And you say goodbye in whatever way is appropriate. And you allow the image to fade away. And you bring yourself back to the room where you are. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Well, let's take a break, take a breath for Friday, January 28th. In case I didn't say it or you didn't catch it, the reading is Luke 3:23 to 38, the genealogy.